Okay, good morning everyone. Yesterday we have discussed about the xylem and okay, good morning everyone. So in our previous class we have discussed about the xylem and phloem tissue and today we are going to move on to the next topic that is the transpiration. Okay. So in future classes this we can greet each other only once, right? Each new student who is coming in the class need not say good morning. So just at the time when we are starting we can greet each other, that is fine. Transpiration. Okay. Transpiration. Trans means what? Transpiration. Okay, generally most of the terms they have the meaning in the term itself. So if you try to break down, so for example you may have heard about the term perspiration. Perspiration means what? Perspiring, perspiration. Have you heard about that? Perspiration, perspiring.
Yes, sir.
What it means? Perspiration means it is a sweating. Okay, so for example it is a very warm day. Okay, so one way is we say the person is perspiring a lot, that means it's sweating a lot, it is a very warm climate and so on. So transpiration, transpiration means what? From the leaves, okay, there is a loss of water. Okay, so what is a transpiration, where it is taking place? Transpiration is taking place in the
Leaf.
leaves. Okay, and what it means? The loss of water, loss of water. In what form? In the form of water vapor. Okay, so the loss of water in the form of water vapor from the leaves. Okay, from the internal tissues through the aerial parts of the plant,
Water vapor.
especially leaves. So we hear leaves are one of the major aerial parts of the plant. Okay, aerial parts, AERIAL. Aerial part of the plant means what? The part of the plant that is exposed to the air. Okay, because we know that the plant is also under the ground. Okay, the root system is there under the ground, and the remaining, the stem, leaves, branches, all these things are above the ground. So whatever is above the ground is the aerial part of the plant. Okay, so this aerial part of the plant, there is a loss of water in the form of water vapor. Particularly these leaves, okay, they provide large surface area and have stomata. So if you say, typical leaf, if you look at a typical leaf structure, some typical one leaf is there. So there will be, you can observe that there will be one mid vein will be there. Okay, it will be very thick in middle, and from here again some thin veins will be coming. So it will be something like this. All leaves are necessary not like this. Okay, but they will have some kind of vein system. Some leaves, like in the grasses, they may be completely straight like this, parallel system, total only parallel system will be there. Okay, but most of the leaves that we see, it will have this kind of veins will be there. If you look under the light like this, then you will be able to see this one. And if you look more carefully, you will be able to see that there are some dot will be there. in the leaf. Okay, if you look under the microscope, these dots things that you are seeing are basically small pores. Okay, small pores. Through these pores, just like in the body, we have the sweat glands are there. They are the small pores are there on the skin through which the sweat will come outside. Like that only in the leaf also there are the small pores are there. Okay, through which whatever the water is there in the leaf, it can escape outside in the form of water vapor. Okay, it will escape outside of water. These small pores are called as
Stomata. Stomata.
stomata. Okay, stomata. So leaves provide a large surface area and they have stomata. Okay, the transpiration mainly occurs through the stomata. Stomata are nothing but the pores. Okay, through which the loss of water will take place in the form of water vapor. So typically this is in the leaf, in the most important aerial part of the plant through which the transpiration is taking place. Other than the leaf stomata, the transpiration can take place through the other parts. Okay, hard and woody stems. Okay, so this system is there under the ground, and here we have the stem part. Okay, hard and woody stem. They also have small openings. Okay, small openings. These are known as
Ventricles. Lenticles.
lenticels.
Lenticels.
Okay. Lenticels. In the leaf, there is the stomata, which are the small pores. Similar pores are also there in the hard and woody stems of the plant. In the stem, it is known as the lenticels. Here also the same thing is going to take place. Water is going to escape in the form of water vapor. Okay. Another important is transpiration can also take place through the cuticle. Okay, so some particularly some leaves have lot of cuticle. A cuticle, C U T I C L E, cuticle. Okay, cuticle. A cuticle is like a waxy coating that is there on the leaf. You know, sometimes we observe the leaf, no, it looks like very shiny. It is shining, that the leaf is very, looks like very polished kind of thing, because it is having a wax coating. Wax coating. Okay, all of us know what is a wax, right? In the candle there is a wax. So similar, a wax kind of coating is there on the top of the leaf, because of which it appears to be very shiny. Okay, through this cuticle also the transpiration can take place. Okay, so here if I want to show where is the cuticle, then should I show here, here in the middle, or in the tip? Where should I show? Cuticle is throughout the leaf. Okay, it is a layer, it is like a layer or covering on the leaf. Okay, so it is a waxy coating or covering on the leaf, cuticle. But the amount of transpiration,
Actually, sir,
yeah,
Sir, the cuticle is a part of leaf or it is a coating over it?
Yes, it is also part of the leaf and it is also coating on the leaf. Okay, because on the leaf it is a coating. Okay, it is part. So just like a human skin is there, so in the skin also different layers are there. Okay, different layers are there on the skin. Like that only for the leaf also different layers are there. So in some higher classes you may get chance, then you there you can see that in the anatomy we will see the section of the leaf. So what are the different layers of the cells, different types of layers that are there in the leaf, in the stem. Okay, different types of systems are there in the plant and as well as animals. So there we realize that the outermost layer of the leaf is a waxy coating that is called the cuticle. So this water, it can escape in the form of water vapor through the cuticle also, but very small amount. Okay, compared to the stomata. Okay, stomata is the most important. First one is stomata. Major contribution, how water is lost from the plant in the form of water vapor. Okay, that is the transpiration. Okay, so which is the major contribution of transpiration in the plant, which through which system? It is through the stomata. Okay, first contribution. Then lenticels, particularly in hard and woody stems, lenticels will contribute, and a very small portion is also contributed by the cuticle. If you see in the case of desert plants, okay, like cactus and all, they have very leathery kind of leaf. Most of them will not have leaf, they will have only thorns. So then the stem only looks like a leaf. Okay, so that whole one is covered by very thick layer of the cuticle, because it is very warm, very sunny. The plant, if it is losing so much of water vapor, it will die. So to protect itself, the plant has a very thick layer of the cuticle. Okay, so all of you followed this one, initial one, this one, what is transpiration?
Yes.
Okay, that is,
Yes.
okay, the transpiration is loss of water in the form of water vapor from the aerial parts of the plant. And what are the important parts through which it is taking place? Number one is in the leaf. Okay, that is from the stomata. Second one is from the hard and woody stems in the form from the lenticels, and the third one is from the cuticle. Okay, so whether the loss of water in the form of water vapor from the plant, is it useful? Is the transpiration a useful thing or it is a harmful thing?
Useful.
Useful.
Sir, it is.
Useful.
You see, transpiration is useful and also it is harmful, both things. So why it is like that? When transpiration takes place, the water that is there in the leaf, that is coming out in the form of water vapor. So for example, when the skin, it is losing the water in the form of water vapor, okay, that is the perspiration is taking place, sweating is taking place, what kind of effect will come on the skin? Whether it is a, you feel more hot or you feel a bit cooling sensation.
Cool.
Okay, we feel
Cooling.
so what is happening is, when it is a very warm season, okay, very hot weather is there. At that time, the body loses the water in the form of water vapor. Okay, so when the water is converted into water vapor, energy is removed from the system. Okay, heat energy is coming outside, no, because if you want to turn water into water vapor, so you have to supply energy, no, you have to boil it, you have to heat it, right? Then only water will convert into water vapor. So when water vapor is escaping outside, it is taking that energy and it is going. So what happens is, we feel, because there is a loss of that heat energy, we feel that there is some kind of cooling is there. The same thing is taking place in the plant also. When the plant leaf is undergoing this transpiration. Okay, when it is undergoing transpiration, it helps to maintain the temperature of the plant. Outside it is a very hot weather. Okay, then what will happen to the transpiration, whether it will increase or decrease?
Increase.
Okay, it will increase. All of you are
Sir,
okay.
it will increase.
Increase, no? Okay, so when it is a hot weather outside, then the transpiration of the plant, it will increase, so that the plant can cool itself. So what is happening? Transpiration is good for the plant. We will see also how it is harmful. Okay, let us see the significance of transpiration one by one point. We will see. Okay, see page number 8, significance of transpiration. So transpiration is a very important process, as it facilitates the movement of water and minerals upwards the aerial parts of the plant. How? As transpiration takes place, there is a loss of water by the leaves, so the concentration of water in the leaves, it will decrease. Okay. Now let us try to understand what a simple leaf is there. Okay, and there are some thick veins, there are some thin veins. Okay, and they are the stomata is there. Okay, so many stomata are there. So you know that transpiration in the leaf is taking place through the stomata. So water is escaping out in the form of water vapor. So if water is coming out of the leaf in the form of water vapor, the concentration of the water in the leaf will increase or decrease?
Decrease.
Anyone else?
Sir, it will be increase.
Okay, for example, I took one beaker of water, okay, and then I heated it, boiling it. Okay, so because I am boiling, this water is escaped outside as water vapor. 50% of the water is now escaped, okay, as water vapor. Now the concentration of the water increased or decreased?
Decrease.
Decrease. Decrease.
Decrease.
Decreased. Decreased. So per unit volume, how much water is there? That has reduced, become less water is there. But if I was telling that there is some salt in the water and I boiled it, water became half, the concentration of the salt, it will increase or decrease?
Increase.
It will increase, because water became less. Okay, but the amount of salt, that did not get evaporated, no, salt is there only, salt is not getting evaporated, water became less. So therefore what happened, there are the two beakers. Okay, in one beaker there is 10 ml water. In another beaker there is only 1 ml water. Okay, but here I added 1 gram of salt. After boiling it became 1 ml water, but the salt, it is still 1 gram or more than 1 gram or less than 1 gram?
Sir, 1 gram.
It is 1 gram, no? Because it did not get evaporated, no? Salt will not get evaporated. So water became less, salt is same 1 gram. Here it was there first in 10 ml, now the same 1 gram of salt is there in 1 ml. You taste this one, you taste this one in 10 ml and 1 ml, which you will feel more salty?
10 ml.
10
1 gram of salt is there in 10 ml, you feel it is more salty, or 1 gram of salt is there in 1 ml only, that you
Sir,
feel?
1 ml.
Sir,
Sir,
1
1
ml. 1 ml.
Definitely, no? So much less amount of water and so much salt is there, that means more concentration of salt is there. So here now what is happening is, from the leaf, because of transpiration, water escaped in the form of water vapor. So first thing what happened is transpiration. Okay, from where? Stomata. So what happened? Concentration of water, it became less, okay, in the leaf. So because water concentration became less in the leaf, these veins we are seeing, no, this in the leaf. Okay, sometime you observe, you try to see the leaf against the light, okay, then you will be able to see that veins, very easy to see. These veins are having the xylem tissue. What tissue? Xylem.
Xylem.
And all of you know xylem, what it is going to transport?
Water and minerals.
Water and minerals.
Upward conduction of water.
Water and minerals. So here in the veins there is xylem, and xylem is having more water and minerals. So do you think that the water will move from the xylem, these veins, into this part of the leaf where the water, where the concentration of water became less? Should it move? Okay, now just you think about, like we burn some kind of agarbatti or something, right? Sometimes. So, or if there is a smoke, for example, okay, just you, when we have some fire or some smoke is coming outside, the smoke naturally, you don't have to give any energy, naturally that smoke will diffuse outside. So earlier we discussed about the difference between diffusion and osmosis, no? So diffusion means what? Movement of the molecules from the dash concentration to dash concentration.
High concentration to low concentration.
Yes, okay, movement
High
of
to low.
okay, good. So movement of the molecules from the high concentration to low concentration. So wherever that fire is there, smoke, more smoke is there, concentration is high. From there it is moving to the whatever places there is the less concentration. Okay, same thing here in the leaf vein, this xylem, there is more water. So from more water it will move to which place? High concentration to low concentration. So this is also diffusion is going to take place. So from the, okay, from the xylem, okay, channels, okay, where there is the high concentration of water, the water is going to move to the other part of the plant which is having the here that is the xylem channels that are in the veins of the leaves. Okay, from there it is going to the move to the part of the leaf where there is the parts of leaf with low concentration of water. Okay, so this part all of you have understood. In the xylem the water concentration is more, or in the other part of the leaf where this stomata is there the water concentration is more?
In xylem.
The xylem.
In xylem. So diffusion is taking, yeah, diffusion is taking place from the high concentration to low concentration. So water will move from the xylem to the other part of the leaves, like this, all these parts it will go. Okay, so that is the third stage. Okay, so we will continue this interesting how this transpiration, how it is helping in pulling the water from the roots. Okay, because we are looking at transport system.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, time is
Yes, is over. Okay, so we are seeing here is the transport system of the leaf. So we will see how the transpiration is helping in the process. Okay, we will see that in the next class.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.